shot. Rims out. Dayfry with the board. Wow.
Welcome to NBA 2K TV Dayfry. Now, your organization
And coming to you today from
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. Now, here's Lillard. To the inside, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The rebound by Paul George. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, but the fact they came so close, you got to admit it's impressive. I mean, most teams on an off night like that wouldn't have been anywhere near the lead.
Here's Jones. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard attacking. He feeds it to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
When you pair Kanter's strong frame with his scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves to dunk.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, when the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Ibaka, the pass to Beverley. Off target from outside. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Jones kicks to Lillard. No good on the 3. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. George passes to Ibaka. The dish to Leonard. Outside for George. Clock at 6. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Stolen by Kanter. Covington against Batum. Passes it to Trent. To the wing on the left. Lillard against Beverley. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. Lillard, the pass to Jones. Feeds it to Kanter. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Kanter's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Back to Batum. To the wing right side. Beverley finds Batum. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. And then George with the jam.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Now here's Lillard. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Over Jones, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. It's stolen by Morris. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to Leonard. Williams looking around. Kennard kicks to Williams. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. He doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
The pass to Simons. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he did.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. That one goes in. Cantor's got 6 points.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Here's Simons. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. And here is Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. To the middle. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Jones against Zubac. Jones in the post. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Covington's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. And Paul George is subbed in for Lou Williams. Here's Simons. Paul George making his last shot. Right side Hood. Down low. Here's Anthony. That one a little long. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. Good work defensively by Jones.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First free throw is good. And the NBA, Chris, with a long regular season, we know that. Are there things that can make the season seem even longer or shorter or in between for that matter?
Yeah, Kevin, well, I tell you what, the cliche, time flies when you're having fun. We all know that's true. So when you're losing or not seeing eye to eye, that's when the season can really drag on. They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Defended by Batum. Five to shoot. It's stolen by Ibaka. Batum passes to Beverly, and that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, another turnover there. But, guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basketball.
A different look now for Portland. Trent's checked in, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
And Batum kicks to George. Outside for Batum. The dish to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
George looking around. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The offensive rebound. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
We talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Nobody near Lillard. Drains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 11 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Lillard against Beverly. He dishes it to Ibaka. Rebounded by Covington.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Some struggles for Portland in the first quarter. A big part of the problem was their defense. And that does it for our half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
We've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket from deep. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. He has 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
Up top, Batum. He's covered by Cantor. Covington with the steal. Lillard against Beverly. Back to Lillard. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And finished off by Leonard.
The giant wingspan and hands of Leonard, those help so much when he's on the break.
Didn't think that was going to go in. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here is George. 10 points for him. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Wow, that's their first shot of the half that hasn't found their mark. It's been a good start for them.
They get the rebound. Lillard outside. Second chance shot. Cantor kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Batum. Beverly for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Covington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Trent. And he lays it straight in. Trent's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's Batum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. But they'll get another chance. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Portland with a new 14. Cantor kicks to Jones. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
And George, here we go. Here's Ibaka. Inside. Shot to stop the run. That one doesn't go. Good D by Covington. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now, here's Zubac. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Nasir Little picks one up. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
Here's Simons. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Little. Nice D from Williams. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. Zubac with it. Now Anthony defending. And the wide open shot from Morris. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Anthony against Morris. Anthony, the pass to Little. Lets the 3 fly. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Little. Anthony's got 5 now.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Nasir Little picks one up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers out. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 2 spot. And stolen by Hood. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers. Kennard on the wing. Back to Williams. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for Lou Williams.
And just a fluid offensive talent with really a knack for getting to his spots. Williams so hard to keep up with.
I mean, with all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around your neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
And that's an intentional foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. Clippers trail by 7. A 3 from Leonard. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Lillard way outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
And George, here we go. Stolen by Cantor. Anthony taking his time here. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Lillard finds Hood. Here's Cantor. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Anthony. Over George. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 10.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Leonard. Now Cantor. No good on that one. George with the defensive effort. Clippers trail by 10. Leonard, no luck. And here's Portland. They're on an 11-2 run. And a deep three from Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 28 points for the game.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver.
And Seattle, right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. exactly.
Well, that just speaks to the confidence Batum has in himself. He likes to catch and shoot, Jay, because it catches defenders off their guard.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and another three for Portland.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Trailblazers.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, three after three, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Three-pointer, Lillard. From deep three-point range, Batum grabs the miss. Here's Los Angeles now.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time.
And this is what Ibaka's supporters point to. If given the chance, he has the physical ability and skill set to do major damage on the offensive end.
Here's Beverly. Up and in on the layup.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Lillard way outside. Missed. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
Other than that, what was your personal highlight from last season?
In the semis of the playoffs, we beat the Raptors finally. The Raptors were the best team by far, obviously, all season. You know, not even a personal highlight for me. I think it was a highlight for the whole league that we beat them. You know, everybody kind of didn't want them to win all the money and stuff like that. So when somebody finally did beat them and it was us, oh man, it was great.
The Wizards have come into virtual Toronto
and a glimpse inside the locker room. Players final. And checking out some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Clock is at 3. From deep. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Beverley following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. And Ibaka slams it in.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Kleba. Back to Doncic. The pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 6.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Leonard on the wing. George passes to Ibaka. Outside for George. Back to Ibaka. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Feeds it to Richardson. Back to Kleba. Doncic against Beverley. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Great D that time from Batum. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And it's Beverley missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Here's Richardson. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And George, here we go. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Paul George. Powell against Jackson. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Brunson the pass to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. good on the shot. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Here's Powell. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
Boy, very easy that time for Powell. He's not going to miss that one.
Williams looking around to the inside. Here's Zubac. That's tipped. 20 seconds left to play in the first. Richardson for three. But they recover it. Brunson the pass to Richardson. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kennard. And there's Jackson. And it's Williams at the point guard. Richardson against Jackson. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
Well, it's almost like Richardson has a sixth sense for those openings. Knows just where to send it.
Morris into the lane. The putback. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Nice touch on the bank shot. Cauley-Stein's got his first basket of the night.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Leonard. Brunson against Beverly. Batum wide open. He fires. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks leading by 9. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Burke can't get it to go.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Leonard. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. Shoots it. That misses off the backboard.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Up top, Doncic. Defended by Beverly. Doncic dishes to Powell. Shot clock at 6. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher. And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And it's Burke with the ball for Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Doncic passes to Burke. Here's Cauley Stein. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Cauley Stein's got 6 points in the quarter. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic outside. Dallas moving it around. Here's Powell. No good with the wing jumper. The Clippers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Scooped up. He goes up again, and the layup by George. George has got his second bucket tonight.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic dishes to Cauley Stein. Over Ibaka. Ibaka with some nice D.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Doncic with it. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Looking at the Paul George trade last year, he cost an unprecedented. And that's.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance, and Leonard gets it to go.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Here's Kleba. No good that time. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Clippers in the lead. Up the floor. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got assist number 5 here tonight. To the middle. Dallas again turning it over. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside Williams. Pass to Zubats. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting two guards in the NBA. Josh Richardson is second.
We've gotten used to seeing a lot of terrific free throw shooters from the two-guard ranks, but even so, it shouldn't take away from what these players have been able to do up there.
Yeah, I don't care what their position is, guys. I mean, they deserve a bunch of credit for those numbers. Each one of them is just so clutch at the foul line.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very...
And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Richardson. Yes, that goes in. Richardson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, I like the mindset of Richardson here, not settling for the jump shot.
Down low. Jackson looking around. Back to Zubats. Over Johnson. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Jackson passes to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Johnson, the pass to Porzingis. 1:49 left to play in the third. And that one is off. Here's Mann. The rebound by Johnson.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Out to Morris. Jackson dishes to Morris. Pass to Zubats. Comes up empty down low. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And here's Brunson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Here's Williams. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Finney-Smith kicks to Brunson. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Richardson outside. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Moving it up. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And it's a 6-point Dallas lead. Here's Williams. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. And we'll be back with you shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented, as always, by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. Ibaka hits both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Here's Doncic. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Beverly's got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, Beverly made his name with his defense. I mean, a clever player uses his quick hands to steal the rock. He also is physical and disruptive.
Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And George, here we go. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And George, here we go. The shot's good. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Knowing his team needs a hoop, Porzingis says, I'll get it done.
George looking around. Trying to get open is Ibaka.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
For Dallas, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Hardaway kicks to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. And the pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
The drive by Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And another shot. And the layup is good. Porzingis has got 16 here in the second half.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
Outside for Batum. Back to Ibaka. Outside, George. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. Here's Beverly. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, I love the aggressive mindset Beverly has. I mean, that's really what makes him special. He's not afraid of getting bumped, especially when he's going to the bucket.
Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Inside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Kleba, the pass to Hardaway. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Leonard, no luck.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Back to Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing. From deep three-point range. And it's Doncic missing. Beverly against Richardson. Outside for Batum. Pulls up on the wing. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Batum is a great spot-up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
win the championship.
So lots of people look up to you. Do you have any advice for those players who are aspiring to get to the league?
Biggest thing is, you know, obviously stick skill and all that stuff matters, but I feel like if you can put out content, you can make yourself valuable off the court. That's what matters.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state. Allison.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. And it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now the Mavericks with it. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it. I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Lillard surveying the D. A shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Richardson kicks to Porzingis. The pass to Finney-Smith. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Lillard misses. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
And here is Doncic after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. In the corner, it's Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Porzingis can't hit. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. They get it back. Cantor kicks to Lillard. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 6 points.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high-arching bombs.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, stolen by Cantor. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Doncic, no good.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
So you're saying that he's out there right now protesting in some form or fashion?
Here's Trent. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Poke loose. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Nailed from three-point land. 12 points for him.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead. And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's Richardson following the score by Damian Lillard. It's good.
Well, he's allowed to get in there, and once he does, he's aggressive enough to play through contact.
Kleba against Lillard. He feeds it to Cantor. Pass to Trent from downtown. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot in his offensive game now.
Lillard with no one around. Passes it to Trent, takes the three, gets the three-pointer to fall. Trent's got 8.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
regroup getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but there's always this point you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Count the basket.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Lillard the pass to Cantor. Anthony no one around. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We come back right after this.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
We welcome you back to Noche Latino. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Anthony. He's out there with Rodney Hood. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. The feed to Kanter. Johnson, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Portland grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Cauley-Stein's got his second basket.
Cauley-Stein shooting with confidence that close around the rim.
To the middle. Outside Hardaway. Rebounded by Anthony. Trailblazers leading by 6. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It doesn't go for him.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And they're running. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Hardaway Jr., a great athlete, spotted a seam there and just attacked the defense.
The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. And here are the Mavericks now. It's been 10 unanswered points. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And he overshot that one, missing. The Trailblazers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. So it's Richardson with the jam.
I like to see Josh Richardson showing you he can get up and rattle the rim a little bit.
Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. 6 to shoot. From the arc. And it's Doncic missing. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Cantor finds Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And Lillard gets double teamed. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Trent. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Pass to Hardaway. Doncic outside. Back to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Powell's got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To the inside. Here's Doncic. The shot missing. Good D by Covington. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Johnson. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Lillard outside. Fires for 3. They get it again. Tries again. The shot, no good.
That's a tough finish.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Now that the unicorn is healthy, Shaq, we're getting a better idea about the full and
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Up top, Covington, guarded by Doncic. To the left wing, here's Simons. And it's off from 3-point range. Mavericks leading by 5 to the middle. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. It's good. Porzingis has got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Simons. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. There's the pass to Trent. Porzingis with the steal. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And here is Kleber. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Back to Doncic. Inside. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight. Here's Simons. Richardson cover. Simons surveying the D. Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 9 now for Dallas. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Kanter throws it down.
The sheer strength of Kanter really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. To the right side. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Yep, that one goes in there. Porzingis has got 6 points in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the ear offside in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital.
Ahead, pulls up. He's off on that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's Trent. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Now, here's Doncic. He is averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Feeds to CLA Stein. Another shot. And Doncic lays it in. Doncic has got 6.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Outside Anthony. It's Jones on the wing. No good from outside.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Here's Brunson. Here's CLA Stein. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. He's got 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Simons, the pass to Trent. That shot, no good. And so it's Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them. And what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Trailblazers, Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Trent in at the 3. Now here is Hardaway. Dishes to Cauley Stein. Shoots over Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
He's got great activity, does Willie Cauley Stein, and that time the activity helped him to draw a foul.
No good on the second free throw. Trailblazers trail by 12. Lillard, right side. That 3 off the mark.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Doncic. Anthony's checked in for Portland. Little comes in for Jones.
Now we're going to see a rotation now defensively of guys going at Porzingis because nobody can stop him. You're going to go small, you're going to go big. Either way, he's winning the battle.
Now here's Cantor. That's a 2 from Lillard. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Brunson has it in the corner. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Got a hand on it.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. In the corner, it's Little. Pass to Cantor. Outside Anthony. Second shot opportunity, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Cantor.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Now here's Brunson. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Johnson. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Hardaway.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
And here's Brunson after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. And Lillard throws it down.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Passes it to Kleber. Porzingis against Cantor. Pass to Kleber. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
In the corner, it's Little. Back to Lillard. Over to the left wing. Little with the ball. He's against Porzingis. Lillard. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half. Dallas leading by 9. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Kleber inside. Anthony on him. They grab their own miss, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Porzingis doing a good job of getting in a great angle on his body to collect the rebound.
Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks. That free throw good from Porzingis. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard outside. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Richardson. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come. in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Porzingis.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Lillard outside. He feeds it to Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
Awandu kicks to Porzingis. Right wing. Burke, the pass to Porzingis. The pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
And consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Lobs it up. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Draftees that you were looking or excited to see in the draft pool or to play in the 2K League next season?
A couple guys that I'm excited to play against or excited just to see in the league in general. You got Crazy, who's probably going to go #1. No Love Czar. He's a guy that he's been playing for years. I'm excited just to play against him. Glow the Real, another guy, really good.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the 3. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Leonard against Jones. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now George, after the missed three from Damian Lillard.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
And Jones has it in the corner. And a deep three from Lillard. Lillard again missing. Here now the Clippers. Here's Batum and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Three-pointer Lillard. Again the miss by Lillard.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
George with the ball. Cantor covering. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And then Jones with the jam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
That's just great court recognition there. He saw the D pack in the lane on the break, so he calmly rolls up and drained the transition three.
And here's George, after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. George looking over the floor. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Outside for George. Clock at 4. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Outside for George. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 5.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound. Ibaka against Cantor. The Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. Batum with the ball. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Clippers. They're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And checking out Portland, a game and a half out.
And for the Trailblazers, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
I think it's safe to say that, for sure, they found their identity this season, and their confidence has only been building as the season has gone on.
The shot by Williams, no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Lillard with no one around. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Here's Kennard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Kennard. A miss that time would have put him up. Lillard outside. No good on the triple. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers out in front, up 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Williams at the 5. Now here's Williams, banked in off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard against Williams. Fires the 3. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 11 points.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Out to Morris. The pass to Zubac. Outside Williams. Back to Zubac. It's stolen by Anthony. 5-on-3 break. Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot off that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game in a lot of ways was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
It's a testament to their character. They never gave up and fought their way back into it. They have to be happy with that at least.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Derek Jones in for Lillard. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Portland with the ball. Paul George missing from long range. Back to Anthony. To the left side wing. Here's Simons. Portland again missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's Simons after the Clippers pick up 2. The feed to Covington. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Covington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
All-out effort all the time. Covington was undrafted, and he's worked his way into NBA minutes.
Now here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. From deep. And George, here we go. And it's rebounded by Covington. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Jackson. And Portland with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Batum.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Carmelo. Right side, Covington. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Covington's got the lead back up to 3 now for Portland. Outside, George. He kicks to Leonard. Back to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. Shoots over Covington. Here's Batum. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Covington. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Beverly. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Trent. Portland leading by 3. To the wing right side. Left side, Covington. Over Ibaka. Out to Anthony. Back to Covington. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, as he gets into his 30s. And that does it for our...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Here's Lillard. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Lillard's got 13.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Beverly against Lillard. Beverly dishes to Leonard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Portland leading. Lillard from outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Lillard from outside. From past the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
And here's George for 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Passes it to Jones. Feeds it to Kanter. Ibaka with some nice D.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Beverly for 3. Here's Leonard outside for George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Covington finds Lillard. Fires from the wing. Almost, but it rolls out. Clippers trail by 3. Drops in the layup for 2. Batum's got his 3rd basket of the night. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Stolen by George. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Nobody near Leonard. Buries it from three-point range.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch-and-shoot game.
Beverly against Lillard. Got that one up quick. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the three and the painted area.
Beverly against Lillard. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC, 5 first-round picks, and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka, and it's Williams in for Leonard.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Here's Williams. Outside for Jackson. And here's George for 3. The three-pointer is right on target. George has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Los Angeles.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
And here are the Trailblazers now after the Clippers pick up 2. Anthony's shot is off. They play the clock right. They can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Quick off his feet, the long arms, easy jam for Jackson.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Simons surveying the D. He feeds it to Little. To Hood. Stolen by Zubac. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the basket by Jackson.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Anthony down low, covered by Morris. Count it.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Williams. Here's Zubac. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference.
It's a long game. It's a long game.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. They've got Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's George in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now a timeout called by Portland. And Portland making a change here. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. 1 play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin is trying to keep him focused.
All right, David, thanks. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. It's a 5-point game. Outside Hood. Over to the wing. Little with the ball. Working on Zubac. 4 on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kennard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Morris with the bucket.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Dallas matchup, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Damian Lillard's checked in for Anfernee Simons. Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Kennard kicks to Batum. Pass to Zubac. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. And George is subbed in for Kennard. George, clock at 2. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plates. Lillard from outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Lillard against Beverley. Ibaka dishes to Beverley. Back to Ibaka. Stolen by Cantor. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Lillard against Beverley. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Outside Batum, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Both free throws good from Batum.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Lillard against Beverley. That one goes in. Lillard's got 22.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot, and when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Leonard kicks to George. On the wing, Batum. Covington with the steal. Lillard outside. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Lillard against Beverley. Outside, George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Here's Lillard. Cantor controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Leonard finds Ibaka and misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Beverley. Good!
big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Shoots over Cantor. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He's been there before, played in big moments of big games. Ibaka coming through in the clutch.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Money!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard looking around. From deep. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now for Greg Anthony.
It's the 2KMC, ready to march into your top plays of the week. Let's see what's blooming in these fresh cut play bouquets. Our first play is from Machiavelli 1020 in the rec. Don't be intimidated into quitting when your team is down. Like, really down. Keep playing hard and soar over their take.
The city of Dallas, Texas. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. Now a look at the stats for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. They'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Here's Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Richardson. The game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Doncic passes to Porzingis. That one's not going to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
Here's Dallas. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
And George, here we go. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Richardson with it. George picks him up. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. A shot by Batum, no good.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. Richardson against George. Kicks it out to Richardson. 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Porzingis can't hit.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Finney-Smith passes to Kleba. Doncic with it. Now here's Porzingis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Paul George. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging 22 points per, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Outside Hardaway. Down low. Here's Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Williams against Brunson. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:04 left in the first quarter. Back to Hardaway. To the middle, Powell. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Williams passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's Brunson. 11-point game his last outing. And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Kennard. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Brunson the pass to Powell. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
One-on-one fast break. Here's Hardaway. It's good.
Boy, excellent situational awareness from Hardaway Jr. that time. I mean, he seems to know exactly where to get when the break is on.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kennard is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson, and it's Williams at the point.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
It's Williams with the drive. A second chance effort. Doncic against Kennard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams is gone. 1 of 3 shooting so far. Brunson up top. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Powell. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Jackson finds Zubac. Misses in close. The Mavericks leading. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And that one drops for him.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. Here's Jackson with the 3. Powell pulls it in.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
This is to CLA Stein. Richardson attacking. You know, you grew up with aspirations, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Mavericks leading by 5. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and, Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. To the paint, here's Porzingis. No good, shot missing. Ibaka with some nice D.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul him.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Doncic finds Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Batum scanning the floor. And he banks in the layup. Batum's got his first 2 points of the night.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
To the left wing, back to Doncic. Next to Porzingis. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Batum dishes to George. Pass to Ibaka. Now Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Now the pass to Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And it's Doncic missing.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to block.
Oh, what a dunk!
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And it's George finishing it off.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Richardson outside. And a close game so far through the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the opening period. And that does it for our halftime.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And Doncic, here we go. And that one, good. Doncic has got 8.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Batum passes to Ibaka. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Oh, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
A different look for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Williams passes to Ibaka. Brunson against Kennard. Brunson, good. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And Doncic, here we go.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Leonard dishes to Ibaka. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think
Some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Inside, here's Zubats, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Mavericks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. George is checked in. The free throw drops for Zubats. Mavericks leading by 6. Pass to Powell. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Zubats the pass to Ibaka. Back to Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. Oh, that's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Hardaway against Ibaka. Hardaway dishes to Powell. Stolen by Zubats. Ibaka goes in. The kick out to Williams. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Zubats. Zubats has got 5 points now in the quarter. Brunson scanning the floor. Johnson outside. Feeds it to Powell. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. On the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkas, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. The Clippers also making some changes. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you got to push Porzingis out of the paint. If you don't, you're looking for trouble.
Pass to Morris. Looking for George. He gets it there. And that one is good. George has got 6.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, guys, KP sometimes is just overwhelming. I mean, when he gets good positioning, he sometimes just forces the defense to foul.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Zubats.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Beverley, the pass to Morris. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Beverley wide open. Morris, great positioning on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. Mavericks lead by... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
George with the ball, and it's Richardson picking him up. George, no good. Dallas leading by 6. Back to Doncic. Pass to Kleber. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Batum. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Clippers trail by 6. George finds Morris. Shoots from 8. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
An even 3-on-3 break. On the wing, George takes a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Batum against Kleber. And the layup falls.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
A pull-up. The rebound by Paul George. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th. And the Clippers miss again. Mavericks leading by 8. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
And there's the pass to Beverly. Back to George. To end the drought, he takes it up and lays it in. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Batum finds George. It's deflected. Richardson outside. Leonard with the steal. Outside for George. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
To the inside. Here's Doncic.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding him.
Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in. Here's George. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. No good from Zubats. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
It's Hardaway with the drive.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
To the middle. Here's Batum. Kleber with the rebound. Here's Dallas. They're on a 12-4 run. Porzingis. That one, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Beverly, and he banks in the layup.
Got to respect the strength of Beverly. I mean, when he's on the attack, nothing is slowing him down.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Mavericks.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
Still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Passes to Mann. In the corner, it's Patterson. Off target with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
So it's the Mavericks now. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Burke kicks to Brunson. From deep 3-point range. The shot that time not on target.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
Well, that's all we have for this week, and remember, there's always more on social.
We're at NBA 2K_2K TV.
Thanks for watching, and enjoy some 2K.
The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker. And here we can check out the score for Luka Doncic.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2. And they pick up 2. And it's pretty clear that Adam Silver would like to implement, Chris, a mid-season tournament. What do you think would motivate teams for something like that?
Man, it depends, Kevin. It could be money, or it could make the games count extra, or different seeding or position of seeding in the playoffs. These days, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. More of an off-ball guard. Richardson has worked on the distribution part of his game. Nice to see it right there.
Lillard against Richardson. Goes back up. Kanter. Porzingis with the rebound. Here are the Mavericks now. Out to the right wing. Now here's Kleba. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Back to Porzingis. Pocket 6. The Mavericks keeping it alive. A new 14. And it goes down 2 points. Porzingis has got 6 points. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 8 points for him.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
That's a 2 from Lillard. No good that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
You think about how many minutes that cost their starters. No question that had an impact on such a close game.
It's deflected.
There's an intensity to Richardson's defense. He puts full effort into it. Loves being that thorn in your side.
Porzingis finds Kleba. Shoots over Covington, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for Dallas. Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. A nice shot by Simons.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Porzingis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Simons, the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint. Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on this team.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Simons, that one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead. And Simons a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Simons. Cantor trying to free himself up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Both good from the line that time.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Doncic kicks to Brunson. Doncic against Anthony. Doncic passes to Brunson. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Anthony. Hood finds Anthony. Over Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. The Mavericks also with a sub. Cauley Stein's checked in. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They lead by 4. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
And when the bench steps up, it takes pressure off the starters. And they stepped up big in that game.
A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his 2nd basket of the night.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. And if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center, filling out the middle. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Finney-Smith's checked in. Here's Cauley Stein. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Lillard with no one around. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Lillard scanning the floor. Bucket is good.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Kings. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Lillard. Here's Powell over Anthony. Good work defensively by Anthony. Portland trailing here.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
The pass to Powell. Back to Hardaway. Richardson kicks to Powell. Pass to Richardson. And Cauley-Stein has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith passes to Hardaway. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Hardaway, no good.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Hardaway kicks to Cauley-Stein. Powell inside. Anthony on him. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley-Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Finney-Smith. Now the feed to Powell. Gets himself open and drills it. And now a 4-point Maverick lead.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Richardson outside. Cauley-Stein goes in. Here's Powell. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein's got 8 points in the quarter.
He has such a strong presence inside. Cauley-Stein can be a hard man to defend in the painted area.
Richardson against Lillard. Good work there as it goes.
And the shot, has come around. For most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Lillard, kept alive. Powell, and the layup is good. Powell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Lillard against Richardson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson comes in for Dwight Powell. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson. Brunson, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. That's a 2 from Lillard. Simons, the pass to Covington. Lillard outside. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
But once Lillard gets going, it's fun to watch. He attacks with such ferocity.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, and in terms of size, that's a mismatch here.
Oh, he hit it!
Oh,
he hit it!
What a great shot!
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 14 points and that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Snatched up. Kanter. Nice D from Doncic.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Back to Kleber. Here's Finney-Smith, and Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's good. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivals. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Trent passes to Lillard. Inside, here's Kanter. Shoots from 12, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Lillard's got 19 points.
Well, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Tipped away. Stolen by Kanter. One-on-one here. Here's Covington. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Porzingis finds Kleber. Here's Finney-Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the basket is good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Lillard fires away from way outside. He can't hit that time. And it's Dallas the other way.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Rodney Hood's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. The Mavericks also with a sub. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Clock at 6. Kleber against Covington. Fires top of the key. That's short off the rim.
He's going to have a tough time hitting that if he can't create a little more space for himself.
Portland again missing. Mavericks leading by 4. Richardson gets a wide open look. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Portland. Dallas also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. Floats one. And it's Simons missing. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Hood against Brunson. Doncic outside. Back to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Powell's got 8 points.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Doncic with the steal. Brunson with it. Now Anthony defending. By himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Good, the pass to Simons. He feeds it to Cantor. And it's good for 2. 8 points for him.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Powell. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Covington into the lane. And the dunk by Covington.
You can't allow Covington to beat you on his drive. Given his athleticism, you have to clog up these lanes.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Doncic. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Here's Simons. That one drops for him. Mavericks leading by 5. And here is Doncic. 7 points in the game.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And the game still closely contested as we end the 3rd quarter. Mavericks lead by... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. James Johnson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Brunson in at the point. Anthony against Johnson. Anthony, the pass to Cantor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
6 to shoot. Anthony taking his time here. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Johnson outside. Now here's Brunson. Not a lot of room. Count that one. 21 points for Porzingis.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency. Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Feeds to Johnson. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
They found exactly the shot they wanted. I mean, they'll take that every time.
Now a timeout called by Portland. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
And Lillard gets double teamed to the wing on the left. From deep, the long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 22.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Kleber finds Doncic. To the paint. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now a timeout called by Portland. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout, trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Dallas leading by 8. Outside, Porzingis. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
And the basket by Lillard.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Poked away. Doncic outside. Pass to Kleber. Marjanovic down low. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. So the first one drops, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And so he makes both from the line. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Dallas.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Owundu's checked in, and Trey Burke subbed in for Maxi Kleber. And the first one drops. Johnson, he's checked in for Porzingis. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To halt the run, there's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Johnson finds Brunson. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Here's Marjanovic. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this one.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Craig.